I was a student missionary here at Thailand last fall. I took a semester off of school and came here to volunteer at the children's home. I was here for about 5 months and I had a great time.
So when I first heard of the Thailand Children's Home, it was when Lilyann was talking about going away for a semester as a student missionary. And while she was gone, she would show me pictures or videos of the kids here and would tell me about her experience, and it was very clear to me that she was having a great time. When Lilyann returned in December, she showed me more videos and pictures and was able to tell me in person a little bit more about her experience here.
Telling my family and my boyfriend about my experience here and that I wanted to bring them back, we kind of loosely mentioned about maybe being able to come for Christmas break this coming Christmas.
Neither of us really just had any idea of kind of when we would be able to make that happen or when it would work out for us to do that, but both of us really wanted to.
So in April sometime, I was made aware of an upcoming need here for some volunteers because current volunteer would be going home soon, so they would be without any volunteers. And of course, immediately I was really wanted to come back, but I had no idea how all of that would work because we were just weeks away from summer starting. I had already lined up work, committed to different things. I had a lot of things that I needed to get done that summer. I was taking summer classes. So it didn't really seem like a possibility. But my mom was encouraging me to pray about it and see what God's will would be.
I got a phone call from Lilyann one night, just out of the blue, and she called and was like, hey, there's an opportunity for us to go to Thailand this summer. And personally, it just didn't make much sense to me. I, had commitments to a job this summer, and so did Lilyann, and we didn't have a lot of time to really plan or fundraise, and I didn't see how it was going to work out. But we talked about it, and we decided to pray and put it in God's hands and to see what would happen. And at every step along the way, God just opened doors. He opened doors for us to be able to get tickets and to raise money in just a few short weeks. More money than we even needed to come here, more money than we had asked for. He worked out things for both of our jobs for us to be able to take time off to come out here. For Lilyan's summer classes and things like that. He made it very clear that he wanted us to be here.
That was pretty crazy because God had done that when I was planning to come as a student missionary, but then to see him do all of those things again and to get to come and be here twice in the same year has really been a blessing. And to get to bring Austin with me was really special for him to get to be here too, and us to spend this time serving together has really been a blessing to both of us individually and in our relationship, and the kids love him, and it's really been a great experience.
I arrived here in the end of June, and I got here late in the evening, but before the kids went to bed. And I was able to finally put some names and faces together and meet each of the kids, many of whom Lilyann had talked about or I'd seen pictures of. And got to kind of observe them and meet them, and I was overwhelmed at the number of names I would have to learn over the next 5 weeks. And both of us realized that we were only going to be here for a short time, and that because God wanted us to be here, we needed to make the most of our time here. Because Lilyann had been here before, she kind of knew what to expect, and she filled me in and kind of prepared me for what to expect here. And that was really helpful for me, and it kind of made my transition a lot easier. The transition was certainly smoother than I expected, but That doesn't mean it was easy. There were several things that I found to be different and difficult, such as the bugs and the heat and the language barrier. The language barrier has been one of the hardest parts of being here. I feel like I have so many things that I want to say to these kids and to these teenage boys especially, but even in spite of all of that, God has really blessed Lilyann and I in our time here. It has been an overwhelmingly positive experience, and I just hope that we've been able to be a blessing to these kids as much as they've been a blessing to us.
Even though we've not been here for very long, and our visit had to be short due to school and all of those things, we just wanted to come with the attitude seeing how clearly God had worked it out for us to be here. We knew that He wanted us here to serve, and we wanted to be able to be as much of a blessing as we could be in that short amount of time, to have as big an impact as we could for the missionaries that are here long term, to help relieve a little bit of the load. I think it was really helpful because I knew I'd been here before already, so I knew what I was getting into, unlike last time. And I was able to just jump right back into everyday life, and knowing all the kids already obviously made all of the dynamics of it a really smooth transition. And Austin also just jumped right in like he'd already been here before. And yeah, it's been a busy visit, and we've done a lot in a short amount of time. And it'll be hard to say goodbye again, but yeah, it's not at all how I thought my summer would go, but seeing God lead so clearly, and wanting to follow Him, He always has the best plan, even when we think we have all these important things that have to get done.
One of the biggest things that I've learned from this whole experience is to say yes to God. I had no idea how we were going to make this work to come here, and the logical part of my brain really did not see a way to make this happen. And it has been a wonderful experience, and it's something that I would have missed out on completely if I had said no. And I encourage any of you who have had God place on their heart to do something, or God has opened the doors for you to do something, say yes to God. He will take care of you. He will open the doors. He will work in ways you never thought possible.